So I thought that the Cardinal and Father Mark were really, really lovely, and I was really struck by like the intentness of their listening. Like they were really interested in what we were saying, and you know the Cardinal was taking a lot of notes, and he was listening really intently and really cared, and that was really nice. Yeah.
Cool. For me, I really enjoyed the evening. I really liked that the church wanted to hear from us young people, and I like the fact that we are bouncing ideas and answering the questions.
It's been a real joy to be here this evening and just to meet so many other young Catholics. I think sometimes we feel like we're the only one, but there are lots of us out there, and you know, we had a chance tonight to really raise our voices, to connect and really have a vision for the future, which is really inspiring and positive.
Well, I thought the event was really great. It was nice to meet young-minded young Catholics who really want to, you know, make a difference and really sort of incorporate their faith in their everyday lives and reach out to other young people as well.
My impression of the evening was really enjoyable. It was really great to share ideas with other young people and to find out how thoughtful they are, how committed actually they are, despite all the responsibilities and all things going around.
Yeah, so it's been a really good evening. I think it's been nice chatting with other young Catholics, and also just being able to discuss a lot of things that we aren't able to discuss with other people who don't necessarily understand. Just having the opportunity to meet everyone else, really.
And I really enjoyed it as well. It's really lovely to meet young people, young Catholic people, which, I mean, young and Catholic don't seem to go together that much. So it was nice to actually see that there are other people who hold the same convictions as myself. It's just nice to actually be able to talk about the things that we're able to talk about. The challenges of being a Catholic in modern society was a big one that we probably could have had a whole session on, to be honest.
It was a great opportunity to be here. What struck me was finding out more about other young Catholics, their lives, their faith, their desires for the Church, both locally and in the public sphere.
I was struck by the love and the joy of the people. We are so alive and in love with Christ, and we want to share it, so that's wonderful to have this opportunity.
What struck me during the event was basically the call for young people to basically use their skills more in the church, and for example, skills with social media.
What struck me was how thoughtful they were, how committed we are, how we are willing to be there for the church and be part of that community and looking around for other young Catholics to share and keep growing in our faith.
What stood out for me was that we can connect more perhaps with people in our industries, that the church could tap into, scientists, artists, teachers, politicians more, and that we could build more kind of connections and mentoring with other people in our fields for the benefit of the church.
I really look forward to a next meeting to know what will happen of our answers. Thank you, Cardinal.
Going forward, I would love to see the church engaging on university campuses more, because I think this is where the future doctors, lawyers and people are that the church needs in the future. So if we can have formation on campuses, connecting with organizations like the Alliance of Pro-Life Students, and also with the Dominicans. I have a new initiative in the UK, the Thomistic Institute, to try and get Dominicans on campuses preaching. And I think the more that we can engage with these kinds of groups, it'll just be for the benefit of the church.
What I'd say, and my advice to priests, is to really sort of interact more with the young people in the church. But as I said, events like this is just, they're taking the right steps, which is great.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the future. Like, loads of good stuff came up in this discussion, so be good to see where it all goes.
And suggestions in the future, more of this, basically.
I think, going forward, it'd be nice to have more groups like this, really, and especially within universities, even in the workplace, knowing that there are other people who you're able to discuss certain things with, and just to discuss your faith with without being judged or having anyone criticize your faith.
Yeah, I agree. More of the same would be lovely.
I think moving forward it would be really interesting for there to be other groups directed at young Catholics, and for there to be perhaps an exhortation of some kind which addresses and reaches out to young Catholics and feeds back to us on these issues that we've discussed today.